Good morning, everyone. We are walking around in the Gravesend section of Brooklyn, and we're going to be walking along Gravesend Neck Road, which is known mostly as Neck Road. That's the road that everybody knows the name by, but the full name is Gravesend Neck Road. We're going to be walking that soon. We're on Van Sicklen Street, so we're heading down to Neck Road. So we're going to be walking pretty much the complete distance of the road until we hit Avenue U. That's where it ends, over by, if you've ever heard of Brennan and Carr, it's a place where you get some good roast beef. And that's where we'll be walking. So we're on Van Sicklen Street down here. It's pretty residential. A lot of just homes. A lot of history. As far as this area of Brooklyn is very old. You see some of these homes. Look at some of these homes. The way they're on an angle, if you notice. So all these houses you're looking at right now are on a sort of like a 45-degree angle. They don't come out, they don't line up with the curb like most of the houses you're used to seeing. We'll stay in the street, so you'll look at some more of these houses. Looks like we still got some Christmas decorations up. So this is the time of year. Today is January 11th. So this is the time of year where you start now counting to see how long people leave their Christmas decorations up. There was a guy I knew. He was a neighbor. He was an old man. He was a doctor, retired doctor. He lived across the street from me, and he left his outdoor Christmas lights wrapped on the outside of his house all year, and then Christmas would come, he'd just turn them on. And this is right here. A lot of people that started Gravesend are buried in this cemetery. Talk about how old Gravesend is. Very old. And this is a very old cemetery. Got to give you a look. So like I said, we're in a very old, it's a neighborhood now, but it was a town. Gravesend was formed in 1645. I could be wrong. It was the 1600s, for sure. I say I could be wrong because I always think 1645, 1685, but put it this way, it's been here since 1600s. And the road that we're going to turn on when we get to Neck Road, there's a dead end here. the road that we're going to be walking on is probably, most likely, just as old as the town of Gravesend. But yeah, 1600s. It was, from what I've read, it was created out of necessity of people leaving religious persecution. And the name Gravesend came from what I understand the local seaport where these people came from. I believe also Gravesend, it's been stated, I don't know if it's true, I mean it's been stated, you got to be careful what you read on the internet, what you hear, but this is the first English settlement in Brooklyn, from what I've read. Look at that house. That's a beautiful house. Nice old house. There's a Porsche in the driveway, it looks like. It just doesn't go with the house. And by the way, we're right outside PS 95. And we will be making the turn soon. But yeah, this is a very old area of Brooklyn with a lot of history. And right now we're actually cutting through Avenue U. What's interesting is that we will end on Avenue U, and you'll see how the road kind of, it's sort of like King's Highway, where it goes out, it bows out, and then bows back in. So like if you ever see if you've ever seen King's Highway, it bows out at Bay Parkway. Like from when you get over by Bay Parkway, it goes out and then it comes back in and meets like Avenue P. So it's sort of like that. We're about to cross Old McDonald Avenue. By the way, we were just on Village. We're not on Gravesend Neck Road yet. We're on Village. I'm just taking a little bit of a, kind of giving you all kind of a look of, you know, the area before we get on the road. And this right here is Avenue U and McDonald Avenue. I'll give you guys a look, and then I'll start the walk back up when the light turns green. All right, we're back.
It's always the front.
We had to wait for the light. We had a train coming above us, so you'll probably hear it pull out of the station. And now we're going back. I wanted to show you some of those old houses. And now we'll make our way back. So this road, like I said earlier, is pretty old, and it has its same characteristics. In other words, it's, you know, on the map, it pretty much follows the same route it has for the last 300 somewhat years. And it's kind of strange. It just starts. This is where we're walking right now, is where it starts. We could have turned up by the school, but I wanted to show off that house and a little bit of McDonald Avenue, which we're going to be doing a McDonald Avenue walk. Eventually. Now, Neck Road, everybody just calls it Neck Road because who's going to call it Gravesend Neck Road? And the train station on the Q line is Neck Road. It's not Gravesend Neck Road. And here we are. All right, so now we start our journey on the road. It's been around for almost 400 years. I don't know if the road is that old. I'm just going by how old the town, you know, when the town was established. So it's possible this road has, you know, definitely been around a very long time in relation to when the town was established. Now across the street, there's some interesting roads. We'll walk those at some point, but some of these roads are very old and original. Across from us is Village Road East. There's like a square in this area that you have Village Road East, North, South, and West. And this is one of the roads. And there's some really nice houses that are in that area. So we'll eventually take a look at that. Now Neck Road it's got a interesting quirk to it. When we get over to like East 12th, then I'll show you pretty much how people can very easily get lost down here. As a matter of fact, you get lost a number of times down here on this road. And it's mainly just because the way, like I said, the original route of the road has been around for such a long time that the streets have been built around it, and streets just come out of nowhere, as like the next street we're about to walk past, you'll see. But here you go. This church has been around a long time. got the archway. And these homes that you see, some of these homes are, you'll see these in old historical photos of Brooklyn that go way back. So, a lot of these homes you see, these colonial style, Victorian style homes, they've been around a very long time. Some of these homes down here, some of the homes down here are older than the country. You know, remember, the country was founded in Declaration of Independence 1776, so you know, some of these homes are older than that. I know I threw the weather up earlier. I forgot to talk about it. It's nice out. We've had a good number of storms that have come through here. And we have another one coming tomorrow night. I'm recording this on Thursday the 11th, so I mean, it's just one storm after another. The last storm we had was crazy. The storm came in at around, I want to say 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was pretty windy all day. I mean, the winds were blowing really good. I mean, most of the day the gusts were like over 50 miles an hour. And then I posted that short video when the squall line came through, which was the tail ends of the storm, and it was like a hurricane for 15 minutes. It was crazy. So we have another storm coming. So you got an apartment block over here. But the temperature today is in the low 40s. It's about to go up to about 50. Very light wind, so it's warm. I'm not wearing my winter coat. I'm wearing more of like a spring jacket with a liner. So good day for walking. And some of these buildings are hard to get into the frame with the sun shining, but we get into the shade here, you'll see this house here. More of these homes that are on an angle. This road, Gravesend Neck Road, or Neck Road, was used very similar to roads like Kings Highway and Flatbush Avenue, McDonald Avenue, to transport people and goods back and forth. Yeah, picture Brooklyn. Well, all of Long Island. We are on, technically, geographically, this is Long Island. It's the west end of Long Island. We could get into the semantics of that story, but Brooklyn was once a city, and a lot of the farms out on Long Island would trade and push a lot of their product into the city of Brooklyn. Brooklyn was the capital city of Long Island at one time, until you could read about the mistake of 1898. That's when Brooklyn officially became part of New York City. Now here's the first quirk, okay? So I said there's a couple of quirks here. Well, the first quirk I already talked about, how it just bows out and then goes back into Avenue U, right? Here's the second one here. We have to get a crosswalk to get over there, across Ocean Parkway. Now we can cross over this, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hop right over this fence. And we're gonna go right through. And this is very dangerous, by the way, but I'm doing this because I've done it many times. So don't do what I just did. I don't want to be a bad influence on everybody and have them crossing against crosswalks and lights, but we want to stay on track. So that's one of the quirks. It's just you got to go get in order to cross, you have to go get to the nearest crosswalk on Ocean Parkway. Now it's, I stated earlier, it's mostly residential. It's pretty much a residential road, but we're gonna be coming up on an area where there is some commercial activity, like stores and stuff, so that's coming up in a little bit. Get back across the street. And this is a two-way street, by the way. It may not look like it. I mean, they got these the dashed yellow line instead of the double yellow line. Coming up on East 8th Street. In a few more blocks, we're going to hit an area where I'm going to hit the next quirk, where a lot of people get lost, including myself one time. When I was a teenager, I got lost down here. I'll explain why. You'll understand why when we get there. It's very obvious when we get over to East 12th Street. And even today, I still pay attention. I'm like, let's make sure I make the right turn here. I mean, there are street signs, right? But who reads street signs? And when you're in New York, you don't read street signs. You just walk, you know? Oh, Coney Island Avenue light is green. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Oh, we got an old house right here. Don't want to forget this one. I wonder if I'm allowed to walk through here. I mean, it's the police precinct, but it's got all these gates up and stuff, so I wonder if I'm not allowed to walk through there. It looks like an area where they don't want me to walk. Right? Does it not give that like impression like don't walk through this street? there are homes on that street. So I'm gonna walk it. As soon as this light turns green. All right, here we go. I feel kind of funny pointing this camera around while I'm walking. And there is a police precinct here. It's the 61st precinct, by the way. And yeah, look at these cars. These cars are pretty messed up. We are walking in the street. Look at this one. Oof. Damn. These are some bad accidents, man. I guess this is where they take the cars after the little old bungalow style house. All right, so this is where so this is this area right here, this street right here. You hear voices, it's coming from that gymnasium. This is where, you know, you can kind of get lost. So Sheepshead Bay Road starts here, but where do we go for Gravesend Neck Road? Well, I'm going to show you something, so watch this. I'll show you how it trips people out. So you're forced kind of to turn, but on the next block is Avenue W, right? So if you come down this block, you immediately think, right there, those signs over there on that corner is Avenue W. So if you go down the street, you don't see Gravesend Neck Road over here, and you kind of think, where the hell am I? One time when I was a teenager, I came down here. Me and a group of friends came down here, and we just went straight. So we went down this way, and this is where that car just turned. That's Gravesend Neck Road continuing, but down here is Sheepshead Bay Road, and that's where we went. We went straight down this road, and so until we got to like Voorhees Avenue, where the Bell Parkway is, and we were kind of like, "What the hell? Where are we?" So now we are back on Neck Road. I'll stop calling it Gravesend Neck Road, because that's really how we all refer to it anyway down here, is Neck Road.
All right, well, good luck to you.
This area coming up is where all of the commercial stuff is. We have been walking for 20 minutes. I don't know if this is going to be a long walk, but we'll see.
You get more operations than anybody.
Yeah.
Why?
We're pretty much walking down to Nostrand Avenue. There's a little like triangle area over there, triangle intersection, where this road is going to end. So that's pretty much where we're walking right now. We're on East 13th Street. Looks like we got some commercial. We got a flower shop across the street. Atlantic Photo, professional photo lab. We got a pharmacy. We got a medical bill and collection business. So this was the area I talked about earlier that we're going to hit, like a little bit of a commercial area. And then in a couple of blocks, there's some old buildings. As a matter of fact, you could probably see them from here already. Dry cleaners, you got a salon. Across the street, you got laundry. 99-cent store. Ankle and foot center on the Gravesend Neck Road. Foot on the neck. Foot on the neck. That's pretty good. Looks like some Asian takeout. The new Great Wall. Not the old Great Wall, it's the new Great Wall. So don't confuse it with the old Great Wall. Here are some of these old buildings I was talking about. And now we will walk underneath the train trestle for the Q and the B line. This is the Neck Road station. So for those of you who have never gotten off at Neck Road, this is what it looks like down here. It's pretty messy. A lot of pigeons and a lot of pigeon poop. And there used to be a train exit over here. The train is going over us right now. This used to be an old train exit, which I believe has been blocked for some time. There it is. There we go. We will be getting back into the mostly residential in a second. Pep Bakehouse and Coffee Shop. Just giving everybody free plugs today, huh? And this is East 17th Street we're crossing. So yeah, this is a nice day. And that's the thing, we'll have a really nice day right before a storm comes in. Yeah, it's like a private driveway back here. And you can see up there, if you look, I don't know if the camera will show it pretty well. This is the next storm front coming in. It's coming in very slowly. You can kind of see it. It'll take its time to get here. It's a slow moving one. But we're already starting to see the outer fringes of it. And we'll be here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Probably be cloudy tomorrow. Now, a lot of the storms we've been getting this year have not been nor'easters. I've heard people, talking and mentioning it, but the storms that we're getting, the last two that we got, those were not nor'easters, and the next one is not a nor'easter either. They're pretty much storms that I keep tracking all the way from, they come in off the Pacific, they're starting in Washington State, Oregon area, and then they ride along the jet stream. I know the last storm that we got, it dropped like over a foot of snow in Nebraska before it got to us. So a lot of these storms, it's like a train. It's a big home. Ocean Avenue, but the good thing is the light is red, so by the time we get over there it'll be green. And by the way, we're no longer in, I forgot to tell you, we're technically now, since we passed Coney Island Avenue, we're in Sheepshead Bay right now, by the way. So I just wanted to clarify that. I forgot to mention that. But we're not in Gravesend for the total walk. It's Gravesend and Sheepshead Bay. So we are now in Sheepshead Bay. We've been in Sheepshead Bay since Coney Island Avenue. I guess that's where the windows were supposed to go. Pretty interesting visuals on that building. I guess if they ever want to put windows, they know where to put them, right? Where those white squares are. We are still on Neck Road. You can see a lot of these avenues cut through. This is East 21st Street here. Looks like we got a grand car wash going on. They're having a grand old time washing cars at the Grand Car Wash. And this right here is Avenue V. And it crosses right through. Another spot you gotta watch. You gotta know that you're where you're walking. You don't wanna. This is another area where you could get lost. If you need to go down if you need to continue going down Gravesend, we'll just keep calling it Neck Road, but I'm calling it Gravesend Neck Road for people that don't live in Brooklyn. But Neck Road, if you keep going down Neck Road, you need to do this. Well, you shouldn't do this. You should be in the crosswalks. But I am going to get onto this little triangle, because that now is Avenue V. So. So you got bike racks right here. Look at that. It's going to get cloudy. That cloud line is just about to touch the sun, so we'll see if it's still sunny by the time we finish this walk. East 24th Street. You have the park here. Exercise. Here you go. Bedford Avenue. And I believe the next major intersection will be Nostrand, and that's over by Avenue. And as I'm looking right down over there, Avenue U is about to run back into us. More of these homes that are situated on an angle. They're really not situated, they're pretty much lines up with the curbs on the street, side streets, but as Neck Road cuts through, the houses look like they're on an angle. We're going to end the walk over at Brennan and Carr. We'll take a look at Brennan and Carr. Has been around for a long time. I would have lunch, but it is too early to eat lunch. So another time. Looks like they're delivering the heat and oil and blocking up traffic. I was going to cross there, and then I saw that these cars were going to get stuck, and I wasn't sure if they were going to try to go past. So I kept walking. It's an interesting color for a house. So it's got some siding on around the house. This is a pretty quiet road. There's some nice houses over here. I'll get in the street so we could just take a look at this home here. And here we are. The end of the walk is coming up. Nostrand Avenue. Well, this is East 29th here. But Avenue U is about to cut right in front of us. Over by Nostrand, and we're going to end the walk. I want to thank everybody for taking a walk. Wanted to show everybody a very old, well, it's now a street, but a very old road. And we're going to end it at a very old place. Brennan and Carr. Here's Avenue U right here. We've done a few walks on Avenue U. The last one we did was the rain walk in December. That was the walk that got me pretty sick for about 10 days. So you can look that up. We're not going to be doing Avenue U on the return trip. We'll be doing Avenue T, so stay tuned for that, and that will be non-commentary. I'm just going to walk, and we're just going to do a straight walk on Avenue T all the way down to 85th Street, where we started the walk the other day. I kind of teased it. We'll just walk along Avenue T. Now here is Brennan and Carr. Since 1938. If you're ever in Brooklyn, you got to come here. You really got to try out their stuff. And we'll end it on Avenue U. We'll take a look at their menu so you guys can see what their menu has. And we finished the walk as it got cloudy. All right, there we go. We're gonna end it here on Nostrand Avenue and Avenue U. I want to thank everybody for coming along. As you can see, it's cloudy now. There we go. Take care, everyone. Catch everyone on the next one.